Now, unlike Vivica A. Fox, Monique said, baby, my name ain't Bennett, but you can still go ahead and put me on in it.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you, want you on my face, so shawty, come and swing my way.
Listen, I know y'all want to get to the tea, and baby, we will. But for those of y'all that's been living under a rock, baby, my name is Santana. I only been on YouTube since like 2016. Started off going viral, telling stories about my crazy life. A couple of years later, I started doing ratchet recipes, went viral on TikTok. Then I opened up a channel, Aligning Souls, where I was, using my spiritual and psychic gifts to help the girls and whip them back into alignment. In other words, baby, she's gifted. And see, now I'm here to share all of those gifts on one channel. So I mean, whether it's a deep dive, a commentary video, cooking, music, reading horoscopes, baby, if I want to upload a video of me picking my nose and breathing for 60 minutes, I'ma do it. My house, my rules. I mean, I just ask that y'all follow me over on Twitter so I can stop talking to myself. And before you go and try to seek help and seek therapy, baby, seek me. Go to my website and book yourself a personal reading if you need one. Now, feel free to sound off in the comments, but be respectful and act like you got that act right. Because, baby, while you trying to be funny, I'll be hilarious and take the show on the road every time. Now, this channel is for critical thinkers. We may not always agree. You may not always even like me. But one thing's for sure, your life will be changed after experiencing me. So subscribe. And if you can afford to take a quarter and throw it into a jar every day, and it's not going to leave you like homeless or destitute, baby, then you can afford the channel memberships. Go ahead and click that join button or go to Patreon. It's really your choice. Whatever you prefer, just give me them coins. Run me my coin. Nah, enough of me rambling, child. I think we made it past the part that was needed to get this video monetized, child. Nah, you do what you doing. Let's get into it.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
What's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Cha-Cha-Cha-Chi-Chi. And we are back for another Let's Talk About It because, girl, today we got to talk about Monique. Okay, we got to talk about Miss Monique. Now, y'all already know Miss Taraji P. Henson been crying her eyes out in the tabloids, out in the blogs, out in the news, out on the media channel. Child, Taraji been crying on any and everybody platform that will allow her to. Okay, instead of listening to God and listening to the universe and listening to the fact that she need to pivot and make some changes in her career, okay, because clearly the universe is trying to talk to her and send her all these red flags, but Taraji just keep on insisting on doing what she want to do. She been on this whole spiritual life changing journey for the last like couple of years. Last year she ended up going to like Bali or whatever because she was really like unhappy in her life and really depressed and felt like, okay, what was me? And then when you add that to the fact of like what I'm doing for a living, like why am I here? I'm not getting paid my worth. Da, 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 da. Taraji's not deciding to listen to the universe, okay? So then you had Vivica A. Fox that was asked, she was stopped by TMZ. They asked her opinion or whatever. I did a whole video on that, so y'all could go check that out, okay? But this video in particular is about this woman right here, Miss Monique, okay? Now, y'all know Monique is not afraid to speak. Y'all know Monique is not afraid to give her opinion and say it with her chest. And throughout this whole Taraji situation, everybody has been asking like, oh, like, why is it that y'all rallying around Monique, but you not no, you are rallying around Taraji, but wasn't nobody rallying around Monique? So Monique said, listen, y'all not just gonna sit here and talk about me, okay, and me not say nothing. Like, say my name 3 times, bitch, I will appear. And now she has, okay. Now Monique is coming out and deciding to get into the middle of everything. So Monique speaks out on Taraji P's comments about unfair pay. So Monique says she reached out to Taraji via Instagram to show support because she doesn't have her number. I met Taraji years ago. That's a beautiful sister and that's a beautiful soul, Monique said. When I saw her on that platform breaking down, that pained me to see her going through that. Because listen, y'all love a good trauma bond. Girl, I don't care that you crying. I personally don't care that you crying. I don't. I'm more so on Team Vivica. Like, I'm sorry that you going through that, girl, but that ain't the struggle over here. That ain't the struggle over here.
Okay, because listen, don't nobody care until it hit them personally and it hit their personal pockets. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, all of this performative outrage and performative ass support, and then it dies down, and then 2 months later we talking about the same shit again. That'd be my problem with everything. That'd be my problem. It's like, are we standing together? Are we, in solidarity? Are we, what do they call it? What is the word for it? Not looting, child. What is the word? I keep wanting to say bankrupt, but that is not the word. But like, are we standing in solidarity against these companies or not? Like, we went through the whole writer's strike. Like, girl. So Monique touched on Vivica A. Fox's recent comments and said she believes her response is an unfortunate fear of being blackballed in the industry. And I mean, honestly, I could agree. I could agree. I could agree. Like I said, I did a whole video on Vivica, and like I said, I agree with how Vivica felt. And while I do feel like, part of it is not wanting to be blackballed, here's the thing that you gotta understand. In this world, and listen, if I didn't say it, it was a say it, so don't go projecting. But in this world, you got entrepreneurs and you got 9-to-5ers. Everybody that work a 9-to-5 don't want to do, do the hustle life. And everybody that do the hustle life don't want to be, at a job where they getting talked down to and have somebody over them. It is what it is. You need bosses, but you also need employees. Two different types of people. It doesn't make you wrong or right. And what I've had to personally learn in my life, y'all always hear me talk about my Pluto Scorpio 10th house placement. And having Pluto and Scorpio in your 10th house of career, it makes you very polarizing, but it also makes you a threat, because you have all of this powerful energy, or you come into this lifetime seeking power and seeking dominance, and not necessarily over other people. It's just that you want power, period. And so you end up getting into it a lot when it comes to powerful figures like a teacher or cops or lawyers or just anybody that's in position above you. Now, just because I go about life seeking out power, or I naturally have power or whatever, doesn't mean that everybody necessarily falls into that. And that's something that I've had to learn, because every single job that I've worked at, it's always been a situation where I was the one speaking up. Well, it's all cute when we all sitting here kikiing in the break room, and we kikiing on break and kikiing afterwards, like, oh, the boss ain't shit, and da 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 da. Everybody running their mouth. But then when shit go down, everybody looking at me to be the one to speak up. And then I'm usually when I get fired or get reprimanded for the team, while the team is silent. And then nobody cares about my motherfucking job. So that's why I don't feel a ways about Vivica not speaking up. Like, y'all want everybody to come to this girl defense and da 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 da. Why? Because this is how y'all be moving in everyday life. In everyday life, y'all be thinking about y'all bottom lines and this, that, and the third. That's why I say all of these, like a lot of these movements be performative as fuck, because it's like, won't nobody care until it's made a big enough deal. Then all of a sudden everybody want to come out, oh, I had this story, I had this experience, oh, da 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 da. And it's like, wasn't nobody saying that when they was benefiting? So like, what are we to do? Are we standing in solidarity? Are we standing together, or are we not? Like, let's be very clear about that. Because in one situation we will, then the next situation we won't. But then if that situation becomes a big deal, suddenly everybody will want to come out and, oh, I feel so comfortable to speak my piece. No, bitch, you should have held it. You should have held it. Because if you was happy collecting checks, then let it be that, because you was happy collecting checks. But it's like, it's just, and I do feel like it is a black thing. It's a black community thing. And I don't feel like it'll ever get on the same page, because people have too many different personal goals that no one is really thinking of the overall goal of the community. Now, as Pluto is moving into Aquarius over the next 20 years, people will, like, society will be forced to think in more of a communal type of way versus me, 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 I. Because while Pluto was in Capricorn, that's how the world, functioned. It was all about capitalism and, kind of just like what's good for the company. Whereas over the next 20 years, it's going to be what's good for the community. So, just expect to see a lot of multi-generational type of homes and different type of lifestyles when it comes to like Hollywood, and even when it comes to like the way that 9-to-5 people work. Like, everything is going to be completely different. However, when it comes to Taraji P and her situation, it's like, we really need to be clear, because this is not the first time that we said it. This is not the first time that we heard it. And Monique was not the first person. Viola Davis said it. People were saying it 20 years ago. And it's just like, for me personally, Make up y'all fucking mind. Y'all yelling, y'all complain for 10 seconds because it's trendy. Then y'all move on. Then we don't hear shit for 5 years until the next bitch comes out. And then they either got to fight to be heard or they heard automatically because people want to trauma bond. And then it's the same cycle, rinse, wash, repeat. I keep saying in every video, stop looking to these white people for handouts. They are old as dirt and they are stuck in their fucking ways. If you really want to make change, focus on the goddamn kids. Focus on the kids. That's why I don't get caught up in all of these conversations dealing with politics and this, that, and the third. Like, y'all keep trying to talk to people who barely can fucking hear you because they either blind, deaf, or about to be. Like, stop trying to get people who already got one foot in the grave to change their mind. They stuck in their ways, baby. They think about the afterlife. They not trying to be provocative and incite, all of this progression, or they don't give a fuck about all of that. Focus on their kids. That's where the real change is. And then aside from that, stop looking to people that created Hollywood to make Hollywood better for you. Because first of all, when it comes to Hollywood and a lot of these corporations and whatnot, it's about their bottom line. They will never give a fuck about anything other than the money. That just is what it is. And the more people that realize that, and the more people that start going against that, and when you start affecting their bottom line, that's when you're going to see changes made. But as long as they bring in the money, that's all they care about. That's why I always get up here when I do my little baddies and Zeus videos. That's why I always, put that website up. Because complaining is doing nothing. Trauma bonding is doing nothing. You want to affect these people, hit them where it hurts in their bottom line, which is their money, their pockets. But nothing is going to change if y'all keep complaining, oh, Hollywood doesn't pay us enough. But then y'all go out and y'all seek these fucking jobs. The fuck? And it is gonna change in time due to generations. Like, when it comes to the way that astrology works, it's like there's different generations. Obviously, you have Gen Z and Alpha and millennials and things like that. But like with each generation, they bring in a set of changes. Just like millennials were kind of like the start of like technology and da 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 da. So by a certain generation, it is gonna, switch from being all about the dollar and again more about community and the good of people and da da da. But like as far as right now, stop seeking out these goddamn jobs if you know that they're not paying you. Because what it says is what you willing to put up with or what you're not willing to put up with, somebody else will. And it's kind of the same thing on YouTube. Like I remember clear as day, 8 years ago when I started YouTube in 2016, and I was had a very successful Storytime channel, and I was getting sponsorships out the ass. I would get so fucking fed up with all of these new YouTubers that would come in and take sponsorships for pennies to the dollar or just because they wanted free hair. Like I would get free hair and these companies would just throw sponsorships at us thinking that, oh, just because you give us free hair or you give us a free product that's worth, and it's like, absolutely the fuck not. And I had a thing. I'm going to add a zero to whatever I have. So if I got 90,000 subscribers, bitch, pay me 900. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I would add more because business is my background. And listen, my numbers, okay, would hit, okay? My analytics would hit. But, I got this thing where it's like add zero, right? If you got 900 subscribers, baby, you shouldn't even be asking for nothing, but your shit ain't worth more than $9, okay? But if you have 9,000 subscribers, okay, that's a cute little $90. If you got 90,000 subscribers, okay, then $900. If you got 900,000 subscribers, then you should be getting no less than $9,000. You know what I mean? Like you should at least be getting like 10%. That's how I looked at it, right? 10 to 15%. But there would be so many new YouTubers that would come in and be like, oh, free hair, free hair, free hair. And then they would get the free hair. And then it would lower the value for everybody else. So I'm saying all of that to say, when it comes to this whole Taraji shit, I'm not like, girl, I don't give a fuck that you're crying. I don't give a fuck that you're a black woman. I don't give a fuck that you have a uterus between your legs. I don't give a fuck that, listen, it's deeper than all of that. It's deeper than all of that. And the reason why I have to say it all the way that I just said it is because when y'all focus on all of these 3D titles and shit that really matters but doesn't matter, you get so caught up in that. You get so caught up in the race, so caught up in the gender, so caught up in da-da-da-da-da, when really at the end of the day, it's personal value versus market value, and then being undervalued and how you can personally affect yourself being undervalued, right? Focus less on the race and the gender and like at the end of the day, you know you're gonna go through some challenges, period. Let's put more stock into the fact that, girl, we need to come together as a community because I need to be sharing my rate with you so we know like what to do and But it's like when you put all of this stock into gender and the race and you're doing it in a way of trauma bonding, but it's not really helping because y'all aren't disclosing what y'all are getting paid. Y'all aren't having the real conversations behind the scenes. It's like, don't try to, sister black girl magic and all of that now when your back is against the wall. No, when you get the deal, go to all the black actresses that you know and say, listen, this is what I'm getting paid. So that everybody that looks like you, that might be going out for a job like you, all know what to ask for. Like, that's how y'all gotta move. It's like community, like basically what I'm saying, because I know I'm all over the place, but basically what I'm saying is the problem with the black community is that community always comes after the fact because y'all put so much focus into the black part. And that's what's gonna kill us. That's literally what's gonna kill us. It's black community, but then y'all forget the community part. Don't wait until after the fact or, once shit hits the fan, then all of a sudden you want to need your no, you should be saying that up front. And then aside from that, like I've been saying in every video, you also have to take a look at your portfolio and what you're doing. Because if you go from doing all of these A-list movies down to the chicken circuit, how good is your worth? We could say all that, oh, well, Taraji can act and da-da-da-da-da. I just seen her in Medea. And yeah, bitch, but that's a black movie. That's a black movie. That doesn't translate the same. And stop bringing up the one or two black superhero movies that did well. Those don't translate as well either. Because Marvel already has a built-in fan base that's going to make sure that movie does well no matter what. Because honestly, we could do the comparison in numbers between a Black Panther and a Spider-Man or a Superman. It's really not that far off. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the community part has to be there if we're going to counteract and make change. And that's just where I be thinking about shit. Like, we know what the problem is. I've been hearing the problem since I was born. Not just with Hollywood, but when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendship, like all of these things that people be complaining about, it just be going in one ear and out the other for me. Because it's just like, can we start focusing on the solution? And the solution is let's act like a community before shit hits the fan. Not once we need each other. Because before that part, it's crabs in a barrel. Before that part, it's let me get my money and get out the hood and fuck y'all and like it's very crabs in a barrel, very only one can make it out mentality. But then when shit go wrong, all of a sudden it's hi, hey, yeah, what was me? No, girl. Now I know this isn't turned into a little rant, but child, content and coin, baby. Because I don't think the story is going to be that long anyways. Listen, content and coin. So Monique ended up coming out with some audio. We're going to take a listen to this. Oh, I'm reloading the wrong page. Hold up. Matter of fact, y'all hoes ain't even like this video yet. Bitch, go like this damn video.
Tell me what you wanna be. Tell me what you wanna see now. I need us to set me free. Is it them or is it me? I feel like I need some therapy. You tried to fight, but you can't escape me. My brain is racing for some sanity. My heart is racing for your clarity. I feel like I need some therapy. You tried to fight, but you can't escape me.
Okay, so I guess like Monique and Sydney have a podcast or something. Or they was on somebody's podcast, chat. I don't know, but let's get into her.
First of all, and I just want to give you step by step, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you hear those sisters say, when we showed up, we didn't even have any trailers. When we showed up, there was no food. When we showed up, we had to get ourselves to the set. When you hear all of these things, and who was at the helm of this production, James?
Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, So when you hear all of these things, and then you start saying, see, this is the treatment of the Black actress. It's nothing new. It's nothing new that the trailers are subpar. It's nothing new that either the food is subpar or there's no food at all. That's nothing new. So when Oprah Winfrey sits at the helm and Taraji P. Henson says, it's an honor that we were handpicked. We were handpicked for this movie. Well, if they were handpicked for that movie, those women should have been taken care of from the moment go.
Right.
Listen, I'm trying not to cut her off because I don't want her to take away everything that I'm about to say. But come on now. Come on now. When you right, you right.
There's no way they should have walked up and there were no trailers. There's no way there was no food. And then when you hear Oprah say, but when Taraji called me, what did I do, Taraji? Lady O fixed it. When Taraji called Oprah, what happened was, James, Oprah got caught. That's what happened.
And if you look up the title of producer and what it is a producer's job is, you'll find that what Oprah fixed should have already been prepared when they got there under the title of producer. There need not be a fix.
And you know why things like this can happen, though, James? And we all watched those videos with Oprah Winfrey and Taraji. We all hear different things that Oprah Winfrey may say when it came down to Harvey Weinstein, and we don't want to put this all on Harvey Weinstein because we'll miss the what, silver lining?
Because we'll miss the point.
We'll miss the point. We've watched this person as I'm watching these videos now, and everything was, didn't I champion for y'all? Soon as you called me up, didn't I champion for y'all? For the production. It's like, Oprah Winfrey, stop it. Stop it. Because what you did was you didn't champion for those Black women, for our sisters. You didn't champion for them. What you did was you, in my humble opinion, it was, we can treat them just like we always treat the Black actress. Who gonna check me, boo?
Oh.
I'm Oprah Winfrey. So then when Oprah Winfrey got the call, well, I fixed everything, but y'all know everything should have been done when you showed up. And that's the part that we're missing. Everything should have been done when our sisters walked on that set. It is no way that should have gone down like that. And now when you see our beautiful sisters saying, yeah, but it got fixed, it's like, y'all, we're making it worse doing that.
And either one or two things is true. Either Oprah is powerful or Oprah is not as powerful at three things. Oprah is powerful, Oprah is not as powerful as we believe, or Oprah chooses not to use her powers as it relates to championing for folks that need championing for.
And you know what, too, James? And I say these things that I'm saying to you humbly. So when this comes out, I hope that it reflects the humility that we're trying to put with it. Okay?
Yes.
It was easy for our community to accept a broken Black woman. And we saw Taraji be broken and bent over and crying. It's hard for our community to accept a Black woman that has a strong Black man by her side saying unacceptable. In an industry,
while exhibiting strength herself, you see two Black people coming together saying, listen, we can sit up here and talk about being pro-right, pro-Black, or we can sit up here and talk about being pro-truth. Because that doesn't have any colors. Gender bias is not included. We just talking about what is true. And if we deal with what is true, it will help better those people so they won't have to hide from what's real. They can be truthful and say, you know what? Y'all don't know what it is to be Oprah Winfrey. You don't know what it is to be Tyler Perry. Success is a drug that you can easily want more of, and we lost our way, and for that we want to apologize. How can we make it right? Do you know how wide the arms of the community would embrace them for telling that truth?
So when you hear Taraji say, first of all, and I just want to give you step by step, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you hear those sisters say, when we showed up, we didn't even have any trailer.
Okay. And y'all just heard Monique speak. And I 100,000% agree. Now, before I get into my little tangent, what I will say is that Monique has some things about her. First of all, her husband's not likable. So that's one. And when you're not likable, it is harder for people to receive your message, even though on the flip side, people will find a way or go out of their way to not like you and purposely not hear your message. I get that all the time. Again, that comes with me having Pluto and Scorpio. That's why, listen, there's a reason in season to everything that I do. I'm extremely strategic, but that's exactly why in my intro, and every time I create an intro, I try to jump ahead any criticism that might come, any controversy that might come, any comments that I might get, like I already know people going to be like, okay, your intro's too long. That's why in my intro I say, hopefully we made it past the YouTube point of monetization. I say that at the end of my intro. I already know people going love me one day, and then tomorrow may not like me because of a take that because I know that I'm polarizing. I know that what I'm going to say is going to trigger something out of you. So that's exactly why I say everything that I do inside of my intro to let you know up front. Listen, understand that you are here for an experience. Just because you hit that subscribe button doesn't mean that there is loyalty to me that is given or that I'm expecting, because one day you could be here, one day you could not. Okay, because 1 minute I was on top and 1 minute I wasn't. And so that loyalty works both ways. You know what I mean? And also at the same time, I know how I can be, and I know what my voice does and will do. And it will trigger reactions. And it may not always be positive. And that's okay. Because it's an experience, you know? But that's me jumping ahead and making sure to include that in my intro so people already have a sense of an idea of what they're dealing with before you decide, okay, do I want to watch this video? Do I want to entertain this person who I've never seen before, whatever? Or even if you thought that you knew me before, bitch, I'm setting the record now. This is who I am and this is what's about to happen. And then you can decide whether or not you do. Now, when it comes to Monique, yes, Monique is polarizing. Yes, Monique speaks the truth. Yes, Monique has been saying these things for years, but she also has her things that come with her, which is like her husband, who's also always there, which is very problematic for a lot of people. Now, when she just spoke, she tried to pin it back to her being black or her being black and successful in a relationship. And I don't think it's that. I think that black culture just has an allergy to success, period. It has nothing to do with being black. I think it's success, period. Because it's not just black people that we do it to. We do it to black people even more, but it happens with all races. Because I can even bring up Jeannie Mai and the situation with her and Jeezy. Because I literally wrote notes and was supposed to do a video, did a whole thumbnail, all of that. I tell you all the time, whether or not videos go up, best believe I'm always taking notes and creating art just in the case that it does go up. So I was gonna do a video about how Jeannie Mai divorced Jeezy and how she was saying she didn't want her kid around in an apartment until he cleaned up the guns and this, that, and the third. And everybody and their mama, every commentary video I watched, everybody in the comments was like trying to make it a whole race thing. Oh, why now that you left this man, you want to sit and paint him as a da-da-da-da-da, this good black man and da-da-da-da-da. I said, okay. Because to me, I'm like, isn't this what women do all the time? But because she's Asian, oh, because really she's just holding up a mirror to what I see y'all doing all the time. Black women doing all the time. You leave a nigga and now all of a sudden there's a fight over the kid, and now all of a sudden it's just like, oh, we gotta go through the courts and I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, all because the man don't want you or the man done cheated on you and da-da-da. That happens every day. But now that Jeannie Mai is holding up a mirror, y'all can't take, and then now it's turning into a racist situation. Cool. Didn't do the video. Now here we are weeks later, and you have a situation where Tiana Taylor's coming out talking about how basically Iman is doing the same thing. It's not guns involved, but the common thread between Jeannie and Jeezy and Tiana and Iman is that there's some point of negligence there, right? Between the father and the kids. All the comments is going in on Iman, praising Tiana, going in. And I'm just like, wasn't the energy a couple of weeks ago like, I'm confused. So it's just like, it's real fickle, and it's just like nothing is like, there's never any solidarity. Everything is always all over the place. Everything is very fickle. You know, a lot of bigotry going on, and then y'all pick and choose, and then depending on how much money a person has or how black a person is, you know, what shade they are. It's too many fucking factors to keep up. So before I can even, and I'm telling y'all how the way that my brain works, before I can even get to what may be going on the outside with an Oprah, we got to start internal. Because we talking about all of this shit now because it's a headline, but the shit is going to die down in the next week or two. We ain't going to hear shit about it for the next 5 months, maybe year, until it happens to the next person. Taraji and Monique are not the first people to have gone through this at all. But they're speaking about it now, and it's a headline. But then again, it's going to die down. Why is that? Stop the fucking trauma bonding, because that's all that it comes down to, which is why I even brought up the Jeannie and the Tiana situation. It's just like, it's not that black people have it's an allergy to success. It's an allergy to success. Monique said, listen, when I said it proudly, nobody wanted to listen. When Taraji was crying, boom. Yeah, because it's an allergy to success. It's the trauma bonding of it all. It's, the woe is me of it all. That's literally been sold and shoved down our throats since the beginning. And I have a serious problem. I say it in every video. I have a serious problem with these mantras that we throw out there. Black girl magic, black excellence, you know, all of these things I have a problem with. Because when you have somebody that's a billionaire like fucking Oprah, and then you have this production company and the shit is not set up right, because you're looking at it like, okay, these black bitches, and it's not even black bitches. Like let's take the word black out of it. These human beings, okay? Because y'all know I hate adding black to the situation because I feel like it's just parsley. Like, you added there for decoration, it don't really do shit. Because at the end of the fucking day, black, white, gay, straight, no human being on a production should be treated like this. No human being on this production should be treated like this. So you're not going to be a black billionaire, have this black ass cast that you went and handpicked, and then just shit was set up any type of way. But then you want to go and then play Captain Save-A-Ho, and they be like, look, y'all, I fixed it. And then now everybody else who was so scared to fucking speak up in the first place is like, okay, don't say nothing. Oh, yay, Oprah fixed it. Okay, we're not going to say anything because she fixed it. No, it should have been handled the first time. It should have been handled the first. Like, you don't get cookies, you don't get brownie points for coming in and fixing something that it was your job to have in place in the first place. Like, a lot of this shit is vanity titles. Again, that's why I cannot get behind when y'all be like black excellence. Because everybody that y'all keep saying black excellence, okay, well, why are we going through so much terrible shit? If it's so much black excellence going on, then why are we going through so much terrible shit? Why is that? Where are the black billionaires when shit like this is happening? Because the only person that I consistently see speaking up and making sure motherfuckers get what they deserve and get their worth, and I've never heard any problems or any excuses or any anything from working with this person, is 50 Cent. 50 Cent is who y'all keep trying to paint Oprah and Tyler Perry to be. 50 Cent will jump in, literally save the day, and make everything okay. Which he's offered to now do for Taraji. And I keep saying Taraji needs to go head over there to Power, to Ghost, and get casted as Mary J. Blige, Monet's, sister that adopted Zeke. That could be a great storyline. Mariah and Taraji already have the chemistry. But 50 Cent is exactly who y'all keep trying to make Oprah and Tyler Perry seem like. It's vanity titles. Stop with the black excellence shit. Cut that shit the fuck out. Cut it out. It's a vanity fucking title. It's a vanity experience. It's not real. It's a fucking illusion. And even with this post right here, I left in a comment. I said, ask Oprah about the little girls at the schools or what really happens on Epstein Island. Or better yet, Maui. Because did we all forget that quick? Or did that just not come across your timeline? And I'm not even going to sit and talk about it. Go do a deep dive on TikTok and you'll see. Oprah is not a nice person. She's not a nice lady. At all. A lot of these billionaires are not. And I used to hate when people would say that because I always felt like a lot of people that be like, oh, these billionaires are not nice people, Like, I feel like it be coming from like because it's usually people that have to work a lot or are slaves to capitalism that be saying it. And I just be like, bitch, you just broke. And you just mad that your life, you just working, like, shut the fuck up. But there is some truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that, actually. And definitely with what was going on in Maui and Oprah. That opened my eyes up to it a lot. And then the way that they tried to, bury that story, because that was around the same time of the red smoke and the aliens, getting confirmed by the government and the submarine. Like, it be mad shit going on. But what we not about to do is, Oprah, you not about to have this production, not have your shit in place for people that you handpick, but you asked me to be here. Don't ask me to come. Listen, let's break it down in layman's terms. I asked you to, hell, y'all be arguing on TikTok and Twitter every day over whether or not to go out with friends and who should split the bill. And if I ask you out, then I'm paying for you. And da, 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 da. Okay, so let's keep that same logic here. Bitch, if you asked me to be in this movie and you handpicked me for this movie, why you don't got me set up? Huh? You asked me to come out, but you ain't even make sure if I had a way to get home, that I was good, that I was tight, and call a check and see if I got home. Like, I'm just here for what? Like, come on now. I can give 1,001 examples relating to real life showing that this is not okay. It's not. And y'all motherfuckers that sit and want to giggle or look to the strong person in the group to be the one to speak up. Listen, while I understand that everybody may not be vocal or have those leadership qualities to always be the one falling on the sword, I totally get it. But y'all gonna have to start stepping the fuck up. Y'all gonna have to stop looking and depending on us to be the ones that constantly fall on the goddamn sword. Because y'all are a huge part of the fucking problem. A huge part of the problem. And that goes back to my rant earlier about community. Because again, everybody that's on this job, everybody that's on this production, everybody knows that this shit is unfair. But we all making excuses because it's Oprah. And because of black excellence. And because of the money. And because I don't want to fuck up any other opportunities. And then we all look into the strong person in the room. Meanwhile, the strong person in the room is sitting there breaking down on every fucking podcast, crying her goddamn eyes out. And niggas wondering why. Because I'm the only one strong enough in the fucking room to say it. And there's no reward for it either. That's the other point that a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, you're the one speaking up, but the reward is never usually worth the fucking risk. But because of how you're designed as a person, you feel compelled that there is no other way. And so a lot of the times it is selfless. It becomes less about you because it's just like, if I don't speak up, there's not going to be change at all. So it's like you're constantly put in a position where you end up fucking up everything. All you want is for things to advance, but you know things are never going to advance because everybody around you is too weak. And we just going to call it what it is. Everybody around you was too weak. It is what it is. I know I'm probably offending some people. It is what it is. Everybody don't have the capabilities to be the leader in the room, to speak up, and that's okay. But understand your weakness. I didn't say that you wasn't shit, that you ain't never going to be shit. I said understand your weakness. Everybody got strengths. Everybody got weaknesses. Maybe you're not the person that can speak up and be the one to, forefront the movement, but maybe you're the one that helps get the supplies together. Maybe you're the one that once the action or the new solution comes along, you're the one that makes it concrete. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, but at the end of the day, come on. So, like, that's why I hate, like, commenting on shit like this, because it's more complex than just, oh, we're not getting paid enough. Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it. Not only do you know what you're signing up for, but then at the same time, it goes back to y'all that keep coming out as the victims, and start sharing your experience with other people. And people that's hearing these experiences, believe them. Stop thinking that your experience is about to be different. And yes, this relates to dating. Because how many times do we hear about an ain't shit nigga or a nigga done sexually assaulted somebody, and then 2 weeks later you see them with a new bitch because they thinking that they box, they mouth, they cooking is going to change them until they end up having the same experience. It's like, come on now. Come on. I don't know what else to say about this situation, because this situation just be getting me tight. Like, things like this just be getting me tight, because I just look at situations in the world and I just be like, y'all be moving so wrong, just completely wrong. Like, fuck Oprah. Fuck Oprah. It would be Mad Day. I'm sorry, because you're not going to sit and tell me that Taraji the only person on the cast that, like, didn't Danielle and Fantasia come out and say something as well? Like, the entire cast should be standing in solidarity against this bitch. Why is it only one person that always has to fucking speak up? Why is everybody constantly looking to that one person? Again, I understand everybody don't have those qualities, but bitch, everybody gonna benefit. Everybody gonna want to show up with their hand out. I'm sorry. I'm triggered now. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. And then aside from that, again, start holding these billionaires the fuck accountable. Hold them accountable. Oprah has a whole network dedicated to embarrassing Black people. People literally call the own network the Oppressed Women's Network. Because take a look at all these shows. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Bell Collective, where it's all about the women, but you got the men in the confessionals in the intro. Carlos King and all his damn productions. Ready to Love, like Black Love, and then half of them couples not even together no more. Like, even if you look at everything that Tyler Perry has ever put out, yeah, Medea is cute, she's funny, but all of that shit is built in off the back of Black struggle. All the storylines is Black struggle. Hold them accountable, but then also hold yourself accountable. Because how did they get so big? How did those productions get so big? How did Tyler get to the point of becoming a millionaire? Like, that's why I be trying to avoid these topics, because it's just so deeper than just, oh, a bitch ain't get paid her worth. Because even though I said all of that, I'm still looking at Taraji like, okay, so what's your next move? Now that you done been through all of this and you done complained and you got your support, and there's also another video showing that she ended up crying on what? The View, The Talk? Okay, so what now, Taraji? So what now? Because the universe was still talking to you and telling you that you need to pivot and make some major changes in your career, but you're not listening. And you're thinking that it only comes down to the dollar amount, but more money isn't going to bring more happiness. So what now, Taraji? What do we do now? What do we do now that we know that Oprah was in charge of everything and got caught slacking? What now, Monique? Do we just keep exposing and that's it? And we listen to it like, oh, that's cute. It's Tuesday's hot gossip, and then we move on. Like, what now? Let me know down in the comment box below what y'all thought about all of this. I was not expecting this video to be that long, but child, that's what happens when you passionate about some shit. Okay, so let me know down in the comment box below what y'all all thought about all of this, as if I give a fuck. And definitely make sure that you stream my music as if you give a fuck, okay? And book your reading. I ended up posting the Capricorn new moon reading, but then I posted the individual zodiac signs. So, bitch, go look at your zodiac signs, your sun, moon, and risings, okay? And book your personal reading. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, hoes.
Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud, bad, bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud, bad, bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud, bad, bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud, bad, bad. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas throwing up, but wasn't when I'm coming up. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas